Nice transactions. Hey, can we drink that?
And I'm big of waters.
Welcome to the UK Healthcare Boys Basketball KHSAA Sweet 16 Basketball Tournament. Today's winners of the first game are the Bowling Green Purples. We have head coach E.G. Sherrill, student athletes Deuce Bailey, Braylon Banks, and Caden Carpenter. Coach, give us some comments, please.
Well, it's about what we expected. It was going to be a war from the start. You know, we're playing a really good opponent. You know, we kind of got a little lead there, but they were never going to quit playing. They turned their pressure up on us, did a good job of getting us turned over. We shot a couple quick shots. They were real physical around the boards. Their big boys really did a good job of offensive rebounding. Loy's a load. He's a fabulous player. We had to exhaust a lot of energy to try to keep him in front, but they got other really good players. Their big boys did a great job of really muscling us around there and making us have to play. We got uncomfortable defensively a little bit. You know, we wanted to press them the entire game, try to get to legs, and I thought we got to Loy's legs particularly late. But you know, that's a good win over a really good basketball team. And that thing started teetering; it could have gone either way. So we just feel fortunate that we came out right into that one.
Question right here in the corner.
Deuce, you've made a lot of big plays up here in football. Take us through that to be able to kind of make that play, make that bucket when you guys needed it.
Yeah, I kind of just seen a matchup I liked. You know, took the opportunity, and just tried to get to the basket, take a good shot, and, went in.
Another question, second row right here.
PG, that final possession of regulation, you know it's going to Lloyd.
Yeah.
Just kind of what you're telling you guys to kind of keep that from happening on the,
You're trying to roll help to him, you're trying to roll as much help to him. He does such a good job of using his body and getting inside of him, creating contact and drawing those fouls. We just rolled a lot of help. We told him, look, we know probably where the shot's coming. We can't leave a big because he'll pitch that big. The guys on the perimeter weren't going to be options. He was going to take that shot or he's going to dump it to a big once he got deep in the lane. So we just told guys, roll that thing. And we had the jump ball. We were in the bonus, so we had timeout. I said, when you get a rebound, just cover it up. Don't take off dribbling because they're going to come get us. So, and I felt like on film that Deuce was the one guy I had that maybe could cause him some trouble because of his length and because, his lateral quickness is as good as anybody I've ever coached. So we had to beat him to spots and get him turned. And I thought that was a big key. But that last possession there, just making sure we kept him in front. Having tried to have score, his legs were jelly, trying to get him to score over top of a bigger defender, and then really have those bigs, their bigs covered for any kind of dump or putback.
Right here on the end.
Can you walk us through what you said in the huddle after the intentional foul in the fourth quarter?
I mean, I'm gonna watch it on film. We're good officials, man. We're state tournament, so obviously at that moment, anybody who was watching knew I disagreed with that call. But it's one of those situations where it's above the net. I understand. But they're up in our bodies. And so how am I kid even supposed to start dribbling if he's all the way up in us? And so, probably a step back would have been a little better for Caden, but I've coached Caden for 4 years, known him for about 10. He's not committed intentional foul in his entire life. So it wasn't anything malicious about it. He was just, when you're going to run up in there and you're putting your neck and face in there, now your head's in there. So, probably by the letter it was the right call, but obviously we didn't like that call at that moment.
Right here on the corner.
Coach, was there any doubt you were going to Deuce on the last play? Was that his decision, or is that what you called and what you wanted?
Well, we spread the floor like that, and as I've told people that's asked us all year long, I've always got 5 guys on the floor that can score the basketball, and I've got supreme confidence in my guys making a good play. A lot of people, Deuce was a preseason, fourth region player of the year, so he's going to go play college football, but he's a college basketball player. Why wouldn't I want the ball in his hands? I've seen him make those plays he's been here since he's an 8th grader with me. So, any of these 3 guys here were to turn that corner, I'd had confidence in making the right play. And, it was one of those situations where, and I told him in the locker room before the game, you win these games by refusing to lose. Just refuse to lose the game. And we caught some breaks that didn't go our way. We had some bad possessions. Hats off to Adair. They had some great possessions to get that thing into overtime. So for us to make that play there, that moment, when he turned the corner, I thought something good's going to happen here, or we're going to go home saying we tried to do something good right here. We tried to make the right play, and if it doesn't go, then you can walk out saying we tried to make the right play at that moment.
Back to you, Zach.
Braylon, for you in that third quarter there, you kind of had a little stretch, I think 6 to 8 points of your own. What were you seeing out there and what was working for you?
Just exploiting the mismatches. We saw that number 5, he had 3 to 4 fouls, and I knew he wasn't going to be aggressive. So I just called Joe to get that ball screen every time, and I felt good with my shot.
Coach, and for the players too, seemed like your defense really was locked in from about the middle of the second quarter on. What was it that was working for you guys, and what was it that Adair was finally able to do down that last 6-minute stretch of regulation to get back into the game?
Well, we man press and zone press, and we didn't zone press a possession tonight because my fear is, Lloyd gets going on us, we get something in the middle of the floor, and all of a sudden we're chasing him. Well, the kid as good as him, you never want to chase that guy because now you give advantage back to him. So I thought we turned our defensive pressure up, but I thought that trying to get. And I'm the second part of your question. I'm sorry.
Just what they were able to do to get back in.
Well, they're an experienced basketball. They made game-winning plays. I mean, they started going to their bigs, and their bigs were real intentional about getting in there and creating body contact. They hit free throws, and I mean, Lloyd was not going to quit. I mean, you'd have to beat that kid and tie him down and get him to quit. And we knew that on film, and so he just kept driving that sucker in there and making all those aggressive moves to the basket. And then their bigs were very aggressive late. So they didn't get a lot of threes off, and they don't shoot a ton, but they 5-6 feet in. They were men late, and we had to respond to that. And they came all the way back on us. We were up 8 or 9 or something, maybe 10 at one time. They came all the way back because they were just being men 5 feet from the rim. This game was going to be won 5 feet from the bucket. So it was a war.
I got a final question right here.
Deuce, if could you take us through the last play, your winning shot?
Yeah. So Bray, he drove the ball, kind of got stopped in the lane, and he kicked out to me. I seen a mismatch I liked, and I just took the lane. I seen there was a corner, and when I got to the lane, everything just opened up, and I had an open layup, and I took it.
Coach Sherrill, congratulations to you and the Bowling Green Purples, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you all.
Appreciate y'all.
Deuce, you want your water?
Take care.